Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. My last adventure here at the Buffalo Hole until fall, because I'm done with work for the summer, so I'll be able to travel around and go do my adventures all over the place. Excited to hit the road and see what's out there. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. My name's Alan. Appreciate all the support. So I'm going to be starting off with one of these 7-inch divine shaky worms on a little 6 cents shaky head, little screw lock one. Never used them before. Throwing this on the St. Croix black bass rod. Get it out there. This one's on 12 and 12. So we're gonna bomb it out there and have some fun today. A lot of cabbage, so we'll see how this handles going through the cabbage. Hope you guys are doing well with your fishing adventures. Man, we had big storms roll through last night. I mean, big ones, trees down, lightning, thunder, all kinds of chaos. So I wonder how it's gonna affect the fishing today. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I've never fished this spot this time of year, this late in the spring / early summer for me. Even my last couple trips, I've never fished out here this late. Hope you guys are doing well and tuning into all the great fishing talk. Guys, if you are into like fishing podcasts, you got to do Bass After Dark. You got to do Mercer, Serious Angler Boys. You got Smallmouth Crush. His is more of like a live stream on YouTube. Then you have BTL. All these great ones to catch up on. All right, guys, we're hooked up on this Lure Jensen little speed shad. Boy, he just whacked it. It's a custom painted one. Oh dang, he spit it, for crying out loud. How in the heck did he spit that thing? Look at that. It's a great color. Man, he had that thing like choked and everything. He was way down there. How in the heck did he shoot that loose? Man, oh man. So I'm just pitching this around. I love throwing this little guy. It's one of my little sneaky ones when the bite is tough. Look at the action on this thing. It's good stuff right there. Man, how in the heck did he spit that? Jeez Louise. Boy, he was diving straight down into the cabbage down there, so I didn't want to horse him too much, but he shook it. At first I thought it was like a big crappie. Alright guys, move to this little point here. I'm throwing a little shaky head with a Crush City pig stick. Just kind of dragging it along. Ooh, I got a bite right there. Nope, it was just thump, 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 thump. It's the bluegill. I can see them all down in here. I'm bringing this right along the weed line there. I felt there's just a thunk. And nothing was there. So we'll just keep her going here. There it is again. Thump, 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 thump. This one's in that kind of a pinkish color. I put some Procure on there. There it is. It works its way down through the rocks. Look at that. Man, this thing is epic. So I'm just doing some fan casting. So I started over here. I'm going to keep going all the way. So I got these little shaky heads in the Milliken box. So I'm testing them out with different stuff. I've already thrown a bunch, but with no luck. But I figured I'd see how this one would go if I can get something on film here. Just a lot of it so I can remember how I rigged things up, you know, what I was doing, the conditions, what colors. This one has definitely had more of the thump 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 than any of the colors. Alright guys, this time I got one on this lure Jensen. He's hung up in the rocks here. How in the heck is he stuck in there? Come on, get out of there. There he is. I got him. Oh, it's a catfish. He's all kinked up over here. Holy cow. Come on. And he's all kinked up in somebody else's line. Holy cow. I'm gonna have to wade in there and get him, I guess. There he goes. Well, he's all hooked up in all kinds of line. Look at that. Alright, I'm gonna have to get my gloves to unhook this dude. He's all hooked up. Alright guys, here he is. Boy, he was tangled up in all kinds of line. Check him out. Good little fish right there. Bleeding just a little bit, but he was all hooked up in the snag line in there. That was pretty cool. There he goes. Alright guys, look at this. It's like somebody's fly fishing line. It's not braid. And it's not like a mono. It's weird. It's almost like some kind of stretchy dental floss. Crazy. So he got caught up in that while I was trying to bring him in, and he kept doing his little spin roll, and he kept getting caught in it over and over. What the heck? See, it's like some kind of bungee line. Weird. Okay, let me set this down here and I'll get it. Oh my gosh, this is grass carp over there. So that's what I caught him on, was that right there. He was in here kind of close too. And then just bang. That was a good eater catfish, but I'm not taking any fish home. I'm always pretty much catch and release, but when he got caught up in his little roll, he got the back set of trebles caught like on the top of his head and kind of in the edge of his eye. Not in it, just on the edge. But man, he was just cruising through here looking for a nice meal. So this one's custom painted in like a little shad pattern. So I'm happy that my little paint job works. I'm learning how to paint lures, and man, it's not, for some guys I'm sure it's easy, but for me, I'm not anywhere near where I can make a video on it. I'm just trying to figure out the basics, but I mean, it's a lot of fun. So you can see I painted this one. The cool thing about this little bait is that you can twitch it and it looks fantastic down there. So if you really want to put some action into it, just give it a couple of pops once you kill it. Right in there is where that catfish came up and just clocked. Look at that. I got one right there, guys. Did you see that? Are you kidding me? It's the same catfish. He's doing his death roll. I don't know if it's the same guy or not. Just a minute. All right. Let me get these hooks out. We'll get him going. All right, guys. There he is. This is a different one. So there he goes. Man, that was a nice one. Right in that little spot right there. Same thing. You saw that one as it unfolded. That was pretty cool. I just killed it and then bam. All right, 2 catfish and a missed bass from earlier on that little lure. All right, guys, here's another one. This one's a different color pattern. Same lure. I custom painted this one. All right, let's check out what it looks like in the water. Oh yeah, it looks good. Looks like a little baby crappie. Yes, sirree. This is fun to throw. These little lures. They're not very big. I think the diving depth on them is like 3 feet, 3 to 5. But man, they don't really get hung up either. Just cabbage all in here, and it's coming through pretty good. All right, guys, on the Kelly's worm. It's one of these 3-hook plow jockey jobs, but this one's got 2, and it's weedless, and got it rigged up pretty good here. It looks like a nice bass. Boy, he's digging. He's freaking out. because he's by the rocks. Come on. There he is right there. Man, that's a nice one. Check out that guy. Right there. Oh. There we go. Alright guys, there we go, right there. Boy, he's got that. He's already been caught before. Do you see that little scar right there? There he goes. He zips off. Man, that was a lot of fun right there. I'll show you what I caught him on. This little guy right here. One of these little plow jockeys, but I had to put a little sinker on there to get it out there. Man, he tore that thing up. Look at that right there. I think we can still make it work. Can I put some Procure on there? But look at that. It's got that lifelike fall. Man, that's good stuff. All right, guys, this is unconventional. I've got a suit. It's got like almost a 1/4 ounce split shot out there, but he didn't care. Look at that. I already got something poking on it. Just thump, 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 thump. So I've never used these Kelly's worms before. One of them's called the 3-hook plow jockey. This one's a 2-hook weedless. I can't remember what they call it, but man, look at that thing. Put some Procure on there. It looks all kinked up to all goodness, but man, he didn't care. He just hammered that. So I'm just working it along the grass lines here. The other thing I hadn't even done is the drop shot. This is kind of like a drop shot, I guess you could say. Look at that thing. Not buoyant because it's got the hooks that run through it, but it's still effective. The thing is, I bombed that shaky head through here and nothing. 2 different colors, and for some reason, man, they saw this thing and pow. I got a whole bunch of different colors, just like orange and black, and this one's purple. That's the thing about fishing, is I love testing out these different lures. You get new stuff. Let's try this little weed line over here. Snake City. Thump, 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 thump. Do I have one on there? Nope. It's just bluegill. Jeez. All these bluegills just kept popping it. Bang, 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 bang. All right, let's move down here and we'll try a little. Look at those giant carp right there. See them? I know how to catch those. We catch them in Iowa. Get a Senko with licorice scented. Oh, right there. Dang it. Too close to the rocks. And then you pin a strawberry or a blueberry. There we go. You pin a strawberry or a blueberry with the Senko there, with that licorice, and man, they just, every time. Alright guys, here's another one. This one's in kind of like an orange, black, and chartreuse color. The other thing is you could drop shot these, just cut off the little pre-rig line. Look at those big carp right there. Cut that pre-rig line off and then just nose hook it. Thump, 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 thump. Alright, let's see what it looks like in there. Holy cow, a whole bunch of bluegill are following it. Yep, check that out, man. That thing's just got some. And you can boil them to get them a little bit softer, but they work just fine like this as well. Alright guys, I got the drop shot rigged up with a little Charlie Brewer June bug. Little 4-inch worm. I threw some other stuff, little freaky fish by Lunker City. Tested some different stuff. Not much going on. It's been kind of dead. It's like right at noon. I'm using one of these drop shot systems by Bass Pro Shops. And it comes pre-rigged, they got the line on there for you, and I'm not too thrilled with it. It's too short. I like to have mine bait up a couple feet from the weight, because you know, if you're at an angle, like if you're bank fishing, you want to have clearance, and so this one's like maybe a foot up. But with this water conditions and cloudy, look at this little Charlie Brewer with that little tip on it. Look at that. Thing is just epic. I got a little bluegill following it. So I got some Pro Cure on there. The Travis Manson Special. So you can go to Procure and pick some up. It'll be called the Smallmouth Crush. The scent. And it works pretty good. No complaints from me. Alright guys, on the jackhammer. Oh, this is a V&M bladed jig with a Lunker City freaky fish on the back of it. Check that out, boy, he just smoked it. There he is, right there. Let me look at this. I can't see what it says on here. Oh, this is the original chatterbait, is what it says on there, the original. Holy cow, I thought this was a B&M. Anyway, but he just smoked it. I've got a little Lunker City freaky fish and like a blue and silver on the back of it. Just cranking it real slow. I forgot I had some old school original chatterbaits in there. He wasn't a very big guy, but man, he sure did come up and just crush that. Yeah, check out that color on there. That looks good. Here we go, guys. On this little lure Jensen, the crappie colored one. Oh, it's a decent bass. He's trying to dig in the rocks. Come on, get out of there. There we go. Check that out. Boo, barely hooked. There we go. Check him out right there. Decent little fish. There he goes. Okay, so check out this thing. When I pull it in, it just hangs there, and look at that, backs up real slow. I got this in this crappie pattern. Oh, look at that, he put a little scratch on there. And these are ones that I painted, learning how to use a sprayer and having all kinds of trouble. But some of them came out pretty good like this one. I got a yellow one that looks really good too. Now the thing with this is every time I've caught one today on this, it's been when I've killed it. The other thing is, guys, look at that. I glued on some eyes to it. Oops. Here, I'll show you the eyes again. Right there. Just those ones I get like from Barlow's or at Bass Pro Shops. Alright guys, we're hooked up on one with this little lure Jensen. He took a swipe at it, look at it. I got him in the stomach, what the heck? We can't count that one, that was weird. Alright, there he is. He took a swipe at it, that's for sure. And he circled back on it, and it got him in the stomach there. Alright, there we go. All right, that's going to wrap it up for me for today. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.